All right, so here's a quick story from me on how I use TechnoTutor specifically to create a way better relationship with my wife. So, um, really good relationships are based on communication, right? If you're fighting all the time and disagreeing, that's going to create a lot of problems. Versus if you're on the same page, right? Everything good will come from that. So, this was 2 months ago. My wife and I were, preparing to have our son, who was born now a month ago. So this is leading up to it, right? A little stressful. You don't know exactly when the baby's going to come, and so I remember there was a day where I was just leaving for a meeting, and I said something to my wife that I like. It wasn't really a complete thought. I was kind of short with her, but I had to hustle to a meeting, and so I kind of left the conversation abruptly, and I was like, "Hey, we'll talk about it later," right? Now, because I use TechnoTutor so much, and I specifically continue to work on getting myself to be the best version of myself, building my self awareness, seeing my own patterns, seeing where I have blind spots. Because of that, in that moment, right when I walked out the door, I was like, I have to bring this up to her later tonight, right? So came back 2 hours later, had a really cool conversation because have you ever noticed in a relationship, if you have a disagreement and then you like go to bed and you don't actually address it, a lot of times it just gets, you sweep it under the rug, but then it causes problems later on. So with this, I just confronted it head on when I got home. And it might seem like such a small thing to you, but I mean, I've been married for 4 years now. Like we rarely have disagreements. Yeah, sure. Sometimes whatever, but it's like, it doesn't turn into this big thing where I'm mad at her, she's mad at me, or I'm guessing if she's mad at me. We literally just don't have that. So I have so much peace of mind in my life because I don't have to worry about, oh, are we on the same page or not? It's like, we're on the same page. And if we're not, she's either going to bring it up to me or I'm going to bring it up to her. And so those little things create such a change in your life. And especially that's what we model to our kids. All right. So if you listening to this, notice you have a recurring pattern in relationships, whether it's with your significant other or when you're attempting to date and get to a certain level of communication with your partner or your partner you're attempting to be with, if you keep looping on something, that is a clear indicator that you got programs in your mind that need to change. Like that's where you're faltering. So if you want help with that, or you want to hear more stories from myself or from 20 other couples that are also involved in this, I'm happy to connect further. So just send me a DM. Just click the link below and send me a DM. I'm happy to share my story with you. All right, cheers.